Hello everybody, it's your boy, Pillager Outposts. What's your take on them? Personally, I like them. I think they're very nice. The whole alley is generating trapped inside of cages. That outpost thing that came out recently has been thinking about the outpost again though. So for a Pillager Outpost, this is great. Pillager's Outpost, it does both jobs. But if that's an outpost, what is the main post? And what if the main post was like a gigantic castle or something built out of stone, dark oak, absolutely amazing looking. And then even better, what if this castle had essentially an entire stronghold underneath the castle? Yeah, I think that would be pretty cool. Today I found a data pack that does exactly that. Pillager Strongholds by Gentleman Revnar. So look at this thing. This is a beauty. The dark oak all over it. Dark oak, wood, stone, brick, an immaculate combination. The medievalness of this thing all over it. I feel like I'm like mythical sausage all of a sudden or something. Like, this is medieval and it's looking like really, really good. Absolutely love the tower right there. There's another watchtower part, kind of like the outpost over there, but like not at all on the build. And then of course, there is a back of the build. The back of the build is fully complete. Perfect looking. Look at how nice this thing is. This thing is absolutely amazing, and there's an amazing interior too. But before we go inside of the build, look at the outside of the build. So all over the place we have pillagers here. I believe this pack has custom pillagers as well. That's some kind of tipped arrow for sure. Not going to be fun to deal with. Then we have raid captains in there, and then inside of this thing, or like nearby, I found, what do you call them? The ones that spawn the ghosts. I always forget their names. And then there's witches here too. Yeah, if you're trying to take this thing on in survival, and if it's in your world, I mean, it's not exactly going to be like the normal outpost. Definitely a main post. Oh yeah, and if you thought that wasn't like challenging enough, we also have this thing right here. The unused mob that's in the game. I always forget this thing's name too. Unused mob. Illusioner? Yeah, that's the Illusioner. The Illusioner is here too, so finally it has a use. I think it's perfect and it's fitting. So I have a feeling this next part is a horrendous idea. Like, terrible idea. Like, not the structure or anything. The structure is great. I love the structure. The concept is perfect. But charging into this thing in survival, like, completely unprepared, yeah, probably a really, really bad idea. Pillagers, I mean, like, on their own, they're not that bad. But, like, when you're swarmed with them, and when there's Ravagers, too. So let's not do it. You can't stop me anymore, Pillagers. In creative mode, check this thing out. So clearly here we have like a main gate on this thing, and as soon as you walk into the main gate, you will be overwhelmed with the Ravagers. So definitely gonna have to gear up for this thing. This structure, I'm thinking it's essentially almost like on the tier with like a brand new like end game thing to do. You know, you have like obviously the end in 1.19, you have the deep dark. In the game, you also have things like the Ocean Monument. Sorry, stalled out there. But yeah, this thing is going to be really difficult. It's like an end game thing. Crawling with pillagers, but also crawling with detail. There's so much nice structure building going on here. Look at all the cakes in here. It's like a party inside of this thing. Pillagers are happy. Wouldn't it be absolutely terrible if somebody tried to charge into this thing in survival? Yeah, that would be terrible. And loot. There's going to be custom loot inside of this thing too. Couple bottle of enchanting. Rate all of this for that. So far, not exactly worth it. Maybe it's a little bit more worth it to just charge into this thing and look at the detail here. Because building, yeah, this is like really, really nice looking. The library inside of this thing, it's library. It's definitely library for sure. Look at all the bookshelves. Maybe the loot here is like all of the blocks. I mean, name tag, that's good. And wow, actually, maybe the loot is the enchanted books inside of this thing. That's loaded. Okay, I take it back. If you like enchantments, the loot is kind of worth it so far. And if you don't like enchantments, you just like blocks, you could definitely tear this thing down and get like easily over like a level 30 enchantment setup for sure. You have the note block right there for music. That's pretty cool. The structure is advanced. That's the thing that drew me to it. I checked the structure out a little bit before this video, but I didn't really like dive into all of it and check out the loot or anything like that. When you compare this thing to, I guess, like the Woodland Mansion, the Woodland Mansion is already like a really advanced structure. You know, all of the different rooms and everything, really cool. But this thing takes the cake, like, easily. It's not even close. Ooh, look at that tipped arrow. You know, I always forget about tipped arrows and them being in the game. I definitely feel like Infinity Bows should, like, affect them or something. Then again, maybe that's, like, OP or something. I don't know. Maybe it's, like, a point for another time. So, I kind of skipped ahead. We have that big library bit that we were just inside of there. Multi-story library. Lots of loot chests. It's really cool. But let's just go ahead and, yeah, skip ahead over to the tower. I really like what the creator of this pack did with the tower build. It's good. I like the details that are going on inside of this thing. Like the barrel tables like that. The target blocks all over the place. So, if you're looking at this video for, like, an easy, detailed tour of the structure, it's not here. But going back through this road, which is technically a road, it's like outside here. Going back through this road, we have the back structure here. Even more loot, predictably. Even more mobs that are going to be a big pain, predictably as well. And another staircase. Is this a staircase that goes all the way down and not that other one? Maybe it is. I gotta see really quick. Where does this staircase go? Oh, the storage room. Obviously. Yes. Obviously, it goes to the storage room with like subpar. Ooh, never mind. I take it back. That's good loot. With good loot inside of the storage building. A lot of filler loot as well, but that's fine. That's fine. It's a lot of loot. Stack it up. It's like a lot. A lot of filler is nice, right? Like in big quantity. This instantly got good because think about it. You can loot a totem of undying from this thing, and then of course you can golden apple and more enchanted tools too. Yeah, this is really good loot. This is like end game loot right here. I mean, it's going to be an end game job to take this on. This loot is good. And we haven't even checked out the underground yet. It's got to be better down there, right? Trying to keep things a little bit organized here, if that's even possible at this point. Back outside, in this main road, let's go to the back building. So the idea with this pack is take the Pillager outpost idea and make it like way more challenging. That's exactly what this is doing. From looking around inside of the structure, of course, we have something that is way more advanced with tons of decorations. Again, something that I love. But we're also looking at something that's going to take the Pillager outpost and actually make it a really challenging thing to take on. Now, keep in mind that the normal Pillager outpost still exists, so it doesn't, like, replace that or anything. Okay, so if I can't take this thing on in survival, I can at least try and speedrun the basement room. Like, if I could run through this thing and get all the way to the staircase, I just have to be in the staircase and then I win. And there we go. We could definitely speedrun the basement room. Don't worry about it. You sounds like something just happened to me. Didn't happen. Nothing. The basement of this structure. So to get to the basement of the structure, we're going to have to go all the way through the thing. Of course, deal with all of the mobs inside of it. But eventually, we're going to find this winding staircase. And this staircase is going to wind and wind and wind all the way until we get to the basement. Now, the cool thing about the basement here is it's randomly generated. I'm pretty sure the top structure is going to be, like, basically the same every single time. Maybe the loot changes, but, like, basically the same up there. But the basement, it's kind of like a mine shaft or a stronghold, hence the name Pillager Stronghold. It generates differently every time. You can't memorize the layout. So, we go down the staircase to a room that is absolutely flooded, thinking that's like a glitch with generation or something. That's a little harsh looking compared to the rest of the structure. But staircase, floor. Kind of looks like a floor with like a jail or something, or just more books. Maybe the pillagers actually just love to read and we're disturbing them the whole time. Maybe there's some lore implications here, but we have this little like checkpoint right there. Go down the staircase, have to make it through the door. Even more staircase, a little balcony over here with even more loot. Did you need a bottle of enchanting? Because there's a few here. Make your way past the 60th bottle of experience in the structure, past a room that has 0 water issues at all. I mean, give it a break. I mean, this is a data pack made by one person. Like, seriously, could you make this whole data pack, this whole structure, and have 0 water issues at all? Okay, fine, maybe you could, but if you couldn't, exactly my point. Here we are. We've made it. The randomly generated part of the structure. Now down here in the basement, the maze, it's going to be difficult. We're looking at a bunch of tight hallways. Of course, even more mobs. But if we can make it down here and look through this place, survive actually, then we're looking at Loot City. There's a lot of loot down here. Because I didn't look into the specifics of the loot, I'm not too sure what to expect down here. I don't know if it's going to be better or what. But at the least, if it is bad loot, we have this gigantic underground Fallout-style bunker. We move into this thing, clear it out, and it's our new base. And it's cool. And I mean, I don't know. I feel like that could kind of make up for it. We're not looking at, like, insanely amazing things so far, at least. But, like, at least there's a lot of them. You could take all of the gear and disenchant them. Even more experience if you didn't have enough XP bottles from this thing, of course. You know what? Maybe you don't even need to worry about disenchanting the tools. The XP bottles are fine. I'm a big fan of structures. I think structures add a lot to the game, and they're just really, really interesting. It's like you go out in your world and you find this thing. You could take it over and renovate it. You could just take it over and not renovate it and live inside of the thing. Yeah, the loot is getting good. But yeah, structures. I love the idea of more structures inside of the game always. They add more to the game. With a world that is literally infinite, there's always room for more structures. And if the structures could get really detailed looking and kind of like mix in a lot of the stuff that's in the game, like all these different workstations, maybe even hoppers and stuff. I don't think those are in any structures actually. Yeah, I think that's cool. Trying to figure out what's going on here though. It almost looks like, is this could it be a unicycle on its side? We have one wheel right there. It goes up. That's the handlebars. It's like laying over. The Pillager unicycle. Never thought I'd see the day. Alright, so I think I've kind of found the dead end of this maze. It goes down that way to a couple different dead ends with like lots of bottles of enchanting. Golden apple, which is good for sure. Back inside of the main room, we went down that one. This time, let's just go ahead and turn the corner and go down the other way to see what else we can find. So, same stronghold generation thing right off the bat, and stronghold generation thing. The flat walls are just kind of turned into, I guess, the caves down here. You know, one thing that I just realized, in that top library, there were a lot of cactus inside of the pots. In the bottom thing, we're finding blue flowers inside of the pots. If you don't maybe, like, have all of the dyes in your world... Oh, yeah, exactly what I'm saying. If you don't have all of the dyes in your world, or you like to collect the flowers, this could be a good structure. And saplings, too, I guess. Like, if you needed one acacia sapling, you could definitely come here and grab that. Yeah, look at that. If you don't have all the flowers, like, there you go. This is basically all the flowers. I don't know, realistically, like, how you take the structure on before you have all the flowers and the saplings. This is going to be a nightmare with all the pillagers, the enchantments, and everything. But if you could find this thing before then and, like, stealth it out, sneak into this thing, oh, that's a lot of iron. Okay, this is good. And is this a combo lock? Do we actually have a combo lock inside of this thing? Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe it's just levers that fools you into thinking there's a secret combination. You can't fool me. There's nothing behind there. Alright, so we're getting into like an ore resource area of the structure. This is cool. This is really, really good. Are we going to have like anything other than iron inside of this room? Because if we do, that gets good. Like, that gets really, really good. It looks like we have a farm inside of here too. Oh, no, this is actually amazing. Think about having this in your world before you find like all of the crops. So there you go. You have melons, pumpkins, sweet berry, bamboo, the mushrooms right there. Looks like every single crop here too. Unfortunately, some of them died, but yeah, this is good. This is really good. This is like, finish the game, collect all of the things like right off the bat, and whoa, look at this room. Oh, with the balcony and the tree vibe, this is like peaceful. Take the outside, bring it inside. I like your vision. I like the vision a lot. Yeah, even more good loot. Let's go up on the balcony and see what's up on top of the thing. Is there... Oh, that's good. That's a good book. Like a secret potion room. That's kind of cool. I kind of forgot to check the inside of the hopper. And then another really cool banner. I love banners. I feel like more structures should definitely use like patterned banners in generation. That would be really cool. Like, imagine each biome village having like a unique banner. Not only like color, but like a unique pattern too. Maybe it's a pattern you wouldn't even be able to make in the game, kind of like the Pillager banner. I feel like it would be really interesting. This wing has been dubbed the Prophet Wing. However, we didn't finish checking this out. We have this ruined room right here. Or maybe it's not ruined. Maybe it's just like old, coarse dirt all over the place. Broken anvil, so even more loot. Definitely take all this and fill your base up with it. More enchanted books. It's cool. We love to see it. Okay, so from the looks of the loot inside of this one, it's kind of like junk. So it's Prophet Wing plus junk. But anyways, I think we checked out most of the underground. Okay, maybe not. I missed a room because of all that water in there. I completely missed this room. It's like the dining room, the cafeteria. We have this really cool looking setup over here. That's amazing with the invisible item frames there. We have food. We have the kitchen right there. Water. It's boiling clearly. This is a cool room. Honestly, this makes me want to build some kind of just giant underground compound base with like rooms like this, like a cafeteria and just entire Fallout bunker, like entirely. Oh man, this is so cool. Here's another hallway that I wasn't able to find. We have rocks inside of this hallway, like it's maybe being mined out currently. We have slime over here, trapped inside of a cage. That's pretty... Oh, we have a lot of slime. If you don't have a slime chunk, that's great. That's, like, really, really good. Like how the composter is kind of full there. Oh, that's good. That's really good as well. You see what I'm saying? This structure is great. Oh, this one is like a central hall with lava. Wow, that's really cool. I like this room. I like this part of the stronghold for sure. This is definitely awesome. And... you know, now that I'm thinking about it, I didn't realize it there. But the Ravager in the underground, I thought we were done with that in the entrance. Nope, they wander around down here too. In the big wide hallway, so they can definitely get around. Aha, immaculate taste as well, I must say. Immaculate taste here. I didn't put that there. That was like literally just there like that. Immaculate taste, villagers. Chef's kiss. If I had to give this structure a rating, I will give this structure like a 12 out of 10 at least, maybe even 13 out of 10. This is a really, really cool structure. Like I was saying, I love the idea of more structures, kind of like the mine shaft and the stronghold, you know, fill up the underground a little bit more, and pillagers being, you know, evil villains that want to see the demise of all of the villagers, underground layer, and castle on top. Yeah, that definitely fits within their lore and makes perfect sense. Also giving a use to this unused guy, I love the idea too. 8K likes and I'll try and take this thing on in survival. Properly geared up. Don't make it happen. Pillager strongholds, pillager castles. An amazing data pack by Gentleman Revnar. If you like what you saw today in the video, data pack link down in the description. Highly recommend checking it out. It's compatible with 1.18.2. Austin V, Andrew H, Seer the Black Swan, Swoopy Louvers. Thank you all so much for the support. Patron gang. Hope you all enjoyed today's data pack showcase. What do you think? Do you think a structure like this should exist in the game? Let me know down below. Like, subscribe, links in the description. I'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye.